If it's not 420. Sorry. Can anyone say 420 with a straight face? Like if anybody asks you the time and it's 420, can you just be like, it's 420, man. It's 420. Oh, it's 420. I can't with a straight face because it's never just 420. It's always 420, man. 420. If it's not Monday, between 420 and 5:30, maybe. Hey, Chew, how you doing? Then don't leave comments because I won't get them. Can't see them. Won't be able to answer them. Feel bad that you asked me a question that I didn't know about. That kind of thing. Dun, dun, dun. There we go. So Friday, you may or may not have noticed I was not here. Sorry. Friday was just crazed. I'm trying to work this thing out with the sales department, and we're still trying to work it out. But hopefully, if it all does work out, it'll be super cool. But in the meantime, it's going to have to take a lot of back and forth. And I mean literally back and forth, by the way, because the sales department is on the other side of the building. Hey, Dirt, welcome back. So, and the sales department won't come into the studio to meet because we have to look at data that's on their computers in the offices there. So whenever we're trying to have like a conversation about this stuff, I have to run over there. Hey, Lori, how are you? And yeah, so I come in here and I record my break and then I run over there and then we talk about it. And then I come running back here and do more radio. And then I go running back over there. Hey, Mike. I'm good, Dirt. It's I got a bit of a headache today. Like a sinus thing. But that's about it. Today was my day to do 8 a.m. yoga. I have decided that the only way I'm going to get yoga in is if I set an alarm and get up and do it at 8 o'clock in the morning. So I set my alarm. My alarm went off at 8 o'clock in the morning and I woke up and was like, oh God, I feel like death. And I went back to sleep. But I did do 9:30 yoga. So yay me for doing 9:30 yoga, which meant I only got 1 hour in on the treadmill. But there you go. Hey, Dan. Well, it's not a migraine yet, so let's hope we can keep it from being one. Although, it's funny because I have like a little bit of a stiff neck, and whenever I have like the combo stiff neck / sinus pressure, that is like a big migraine recipe. But I had breakfast this morning at like 11:30, so I think that headed it off, and now I'm gonna caffeinate and then eat a little more here in a bit, and then I'm gonna go to bed early like a grandma. Hey, Kevin, what's happening? Oh, thanks, Joe. Lori, you got a tint? Like a color tint? Is it purple? You get purple a lot, right? Isn't purple your jam? Yeah, dude, Jane's Addiction. Shall we dish? I mean, I don't know a lot about Jane's Addiction, but I have worked with them and I have been backstage with them at the Warfield. So I've seen them kind of, pink and purple, cute. So I have seen them a little more up close and personal than the average bear, but it's not like I don't have any friends in that camp. I don't know any like direct gossip. Hey, Mike. My weekend was good. I went to Meat Carnival. Well, my sister was in town. So I got to meet up with my sister in Napa for a drink. She lives in Charlotte, North Carolina. So I don't see her very often anymore. And then I went from up Valley to Mare Island to go to Meat Carnival. And then yesterday I worked at the Fillmore for Soul Coughing. I did not know they were back at it. Or maybe they're still at it. I don't know. SFBS. Yes, Joe. Perry needs help. Perry needs a lot of things. Perry is a brilliant artist. Brilliant artist. You think Dave Navarro isn't the same, Dan? Dave's been through a lot. like a lot. And sobriety is tough. Hey, Jacob. Mike, you want to get back in radio? Are you sure? As someone who's gotten back into radio, I can tell you, you better really love it because it's never perfect. Never, ever, ever. Don't get me wrong. I love it. Like, it's in my blood. If it wasn't, I would not be here. I hope things turn out well for everyone. With Perry, okay, here's my take on Perry. And I think if you've seen the post, you probably already know this, but somebody sent me video of one of their shows about a week or two ago. And it was after the New Orleans show, because I remember it was after Chasta saw them. And she said she thought they were great in New Orleans. She didn't notice any problems. But also, I think that was one of the first shows in the tour. And then somebody sent me this footage, and the minute I saw it, I was like, oh, Perry's junked up. And I don't know that he's like shooting heroin, but it could be like pills, opiates, like all kinds of whatever. And then everybody keeps talking about how he's chugging red wine from the bottle on stage. And all I could think of was, you know who else did that? Al Jorgensen. And you know why he did it? To take the edge off of the junk, or the speed that he took to take the edge off of the junk so that he could get through the show. And so that's why I'm like, Perry's back on the shit. He's back on it, and it's ugly. And you can't be a functional addict for that many years. I mean, you can be. Keith Richards is. But even Keith Richards took breaks. No, Keith Richards, I think, I don't know how long Keith was doing what they call the hard drugs. But I know that once he finally hit like his 70s, he took it easy on that and went to just pot. I mean, how old was Jerry Garcia when he died? Hey, Siri, how old was Jerry Garcia when he died? Hey, Siri, how old was Jerry Garcia when he died?
Jerry Garcia died the 9th of August, 1995 at age 53 in Lagunitas Forest Knolls.
So Jerry Garcia was 53 and shooting heroin. I mean, Perry's what, 60 now? Almost 60? Once an addict, always an addict. And I don't have any direct knowledge whatsoever that Perry is definitely back on drugs, but just shake a magic 8 ball and all signs point to yes. So that's where I'm at with that one. Oh, congratulations, Mike. I'm glad your son's been doing well with it. It's fucking tough. If you're an addict, you have a lot to do. I mean, it's being an addict in recovery is as much work as being an addict, if not more, right? Because when you're an addict, you got one job all fucking day. Find the dope. Find the dope, shoot the dope, find more dope, shoot the dope, right? That's your job as an addict. And that can take you on a grand adventure every single day of like weird, crazy shit that you're doing to get dope. But if you're trying to stay clean, then you have to do the really hard shit, which is like face the problems that created the addiction that sent you to addiction in the first place, plus control the addiction, plus maintain regular life and support yourself and figure your shit out. It's fucking tough, man. 65. Perry Farrell is 65. Are you kidding me, Lori? He's 65? Hey, Siri, how old is Perry Farrell?
Here's what I found.
Well, now I'm waiting for the wiki to come up. Born in 59, dude. Holy shit. Yeah. I honestly never realized he was that much older than everyone else. So yeah, it could be both at this point, right? It could be cognitive issues and drugs. or one or the other, you know, but it seems like both to me. Hi, it's Simone. Okay. Mark Biederman's side band is playing in El Sobrante for the stroll. And you're going to see Blind Illusion on Saturday. Cool. Is that this Saturday? I feel like I have to do stuff this weekend. What do I have to do this weekend? Well, one thing I need to do is get rid of my apps. I don't know why it takes me that long to go between app pages. Jesus. Oh, Saturday I'm working at the Fillmore. But if I get cut in time, I might swing by. They're playing the Ivy Room, right? Is it the Ivy Room in Albany that they're playing it? I haven't been to that place. There used to be one in San Francisco, though, right? Because I'm pretty sure I went to an Ivy Room in San Francisco, or maybe I'm confusing it with the Elbow Room. Jerry Garcia had some weight issues, but honestly, you know, it's funny. Hey, Umberto, I might go see Green Day this Friday. There's some factors that are going to have to like work on that. You know, what's funny is this weekend, a friend of mine was listening to Casey Kasem and he heard the Fat Boys, Beach Boys collab of Wipeout. And I was like, holy shit, dude. Was that for that movie, Frankie and Annette, Back to the Beach? And it turns out it wasn't. Back to the Beach came out in 1987, and Wipeout was covered for Back to the Beach in 1987 by Herbie Hancock, of all people. And then, for unknown reasons, also in 1987, probably to capitalize on the Aerosmith Run DMC collab, the Fat Boys and the Beach Boys covered Wipeout. What the fuck? And the video, by the way, is everything. It's crazy 80s. Oh my God. And the Fat Boys aren't that fat because people today are so fucking fat that you look back on what we used to think was fat and it's not even close to fat anymore. Don't get me wrong. One of the Fat Boys was definitely very fat, but one of them wasn't even fat really. He was just thick. Hi, it's Simone.
Hey, Nikki.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, can you play some Led Zeppelin and Kashmir?
Kashmir. Ooh, that's like an 8-minute song. That might be tough. I can definitely play some Led Zeppelin, but I'll see if I can get Kashmir to squeeze in there.
Or All of Your Love?
Okay. All of My Love?
All of My Love, yep.
Yeah. All right, let me see what I can do.
Thank you.
No problem. Have a good night.
Cheers.
Cheers. No, I can't. Hey, Red, what's happening? PJ, sorry you didn't get to do the caller 9 thing when I gave away DSI tickets. I was still running back and forth between here and the sales department. Literally running back and forth. You wouldn't go back and play with Perry, Kevin? I mean, he's still fucking Perry Farrell. He's still a badass. Although he is having vocal problems on top of the cognitive issues, on top of the addiction. But if he gets the help he needs and eats a sandwich once in a while and, you know, takes care of himself for a good 6 months or more, he might be tourable in a year or two, you know? But that's the thing is like Jane's Addiction is going to have to go to like a very relaxed schedule of touring. You know what they should do? Residency. They should do a residency in Vegas and have Perry, you know, fly home every night so that he's got like a sober support system happening. But that's just my opinion. You're right, Mike. Sobriety is an everyday job. Oh God, yeah, Lori, that plastic surgery he's had. I mean, on the one hand, it works. I could not tell he was 65. On the other hand, He also looks like a corpse. 6 in one, half dozen in the other, right? You can't tell how old I am, but also I look dead. I don't know. I know, right, Jimmy? Even Siri is like, fucking what? Yeah, no, Red. He doesn't look 65. He just looks like he's already dead. He looks like his skin is pulling away from his face. It's Chad McQueen died. I don't know who that is. Are you gonna make me Google it, Dan? Is this somebody related to Steve McQueen? Because I feel like that doesn't matter. Chad McQueen, the son of Steve McQueen, playing Dutch in the 1984 Karate Kid movie. Well, I'm very sorry for your loss, Dan. I know how much you love Steve McQueen, and this is less of his genetic material in the world. Yeah, Lori, everybody was excited to see Love and Rockets, and I really hope that they do a club tour because I think that Love and Rockets could very much do like a Fillmore tour. Oh, Jimmy, yeah, Perry's a fucking asshole. Yeah, oh no, Perry is like the David Lee Roth of alternative music. He's very much all about himself and in the most like inane way, but also in some cases he's like so artistic it's genius. And he's clearly a talented frontman, but losing it in his aged years, right? And still kind of like coming off like that guy who is still the badass, but needs to really like dial it down because you're not that guy anymore kind of thing. Yeah. Hey, Vernon. Yeah, apparently it was Steve McQueen's son whose acting career was not as prolific. The Elbow Room was Matt's club. Which Matt? I know, right? PJ's all excited. It's like Jimmy Arsenault's in the house. That's better than Brian Hobson as far as PJ's concerned. The Sofa Street Fair on September 29th has 52 bands. Oh my God. What's Sofa? Is that south of Folsom? What's... Hey, Justine. How are you? And again, my apologies for Friday, guys. I was back and forth just like I was today with the sales department. I almost missed today because I was supposed to be talking to Gorman right now. But Steve Gorman called and said that he was out on a boat all day and may have had a few too many drinks. And so he wants to record tomorrow. I have a wonderful audio message from him that I would love to play for you, but I got to ask him first if he's okay with it. So if he's okay with it, after I talk to him tomorrow, I'll play it for you on Wednesday. Hey, Kelly. PJ, who you trying to fire? Yeah, Justine, we've been talking about Jane's Addiction the whole time. It's the hot topic, let me tell you. Some guys get good plastic surgery and some do not. I'm looking at you, Kenny Rogers, Wayne Newton, Perry Farrell. No relation to Lightning McQueen. PJ. I can't believe you went there. Dan is grieving, PJ. And you're making cartoon jokes. Sorry, that was hilarious. Yeah, he was a Cobra Kai member in 1984, but he apparently was not brought back for the series Cobra Kai, which says to me that maybe he was already in ill health. I don't know. Wait, who Lori, I missed what you were talking about there. Oh, his lady looks like Pete Burns. Who's lady? Could Kevin Cronin replace Perry and solve both problems? John, how dare you? No. In some bands, it's okay to replace a member. In some bands, it's not. And I don't see Jane's Addiction wanting to. Jane's Addiction barely wants to tour as Jane's Addiction. I don't think they want to tour as Jane's Addiction with a new singer. Like, they're not Stone Temple Pilots. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if they invested better or what, but these guys, like getting Eric Avery on the road with Jane's Addiction is like pulling teeth. And honestly, it's what takes it. He's what it takes to keep Perry in line, I think, because every Jane's Addiction tour I've seen without him on it has had problems with Perry, and every tour with him until now has really been heralded as like one of the better, as like Jane's is back kind of thing. And did you see, if you watch that video, you can spot Avery fucking like taking a few body blows on Perry after he came at Navarro. Like, wow. Oh my God. What, PJ? We got Hobson and Arsenault in the house. It's like a fucking celebrity edition of Nikki Blakk Live today, huh? Jimmy, you're still working on the Omni. The city and the owners are dummies. South of First Street, San Jose. Oh. So for all you South Bay folks, south of First Street in San Jose, that is too far for me to go, even for 52 live bands. I didn't know, PJ. I don't know what sofa is. Also, if it's south of First Street, why isn't it SoFi instead of sofa? That doesn't make any sense. Oh, Justine, don't feel bad that you were late. I was so late on Friday, I didn't even show up. I mean, by the time I was even going to have time to log in, it was already pushing 5 o'clock, and I just had so much to do. I would have logged in for like 10 minutes and then had to leave so that I could record my weekend shifts. As it was, I barely got out of here on time on Friday. And I hate working late on Fridays. You know, I think we had our Bone Christmas party at a club in San Jose, and I think they were having like some South First Street Christmas fair, and the place was a fucking madhouse. God, it was a nightmare getting in and out of there. It took me hours to get down there, and I had to go because it was a station event and it was a charity event. Like, if it was one or the other, I might have gotten away with blowing it off, but a station charity event, I'm an asshole if I don't show up. And it was, I'm not kidding, it was like 4 hours of driving round trip. Plus I had to bring presents. But Red Voodoo played and they were lovely. I like those guys. Have you seen Red Voodoo? They I think Danny and Shasta did an interview with them this week. I saw it on social on the Bones Insta. Yeah. Oh, you know, Perry's wife. All right. Here's the story I've been holding off on telling because I feel like it's a little bit personal. But when I worked at the Warfield and their child was a baby, I mean, like in the arms baby. Her mom was the nanny, and her mom was such a petite woman. She couldn't carry the baby and the baby's carrier together. She could only carry one or the other. And they literally like left that baby sleeping on a couch in the Warfield dressing rooms. And I came in with some towels and I was like, hey, I'm going to make a little towel bed for the baby on the couch because I just don't think it's clean in here. We don't clean those couches, you know, they're couches. We're not planning on putting babies on them. We're planning on putting rock star asses on them. And that's all that's been on these couches, hopefully. But, you know, and she was like, oh, that's fine. That's fine. And then I was like, well, you know, just in case. And she's like, that's cool. You wake them, you take them. And I was like, okay. And then she walked away and left that baby alone in a dressing room sleeping for I don't know how long, like hours. And then when they were going back to the hotel after sound check, I had to carry the baby up to the transport because nobody else could carry the baby in the case. Perry was like walking ahead. He doesn't carry things, you know, and the wife also doesn't carry things. And the mom was too petite to carry the baby and the thing. So I carry their baby upstairs for them. And then I'm like, where's the car seat? It's a limo. And she goes, oh, it's a limo. And I was like, well, yeah, but they still need a car seat. Oh, no, it's a limo. It's fine. That's not how gravity works. If your limo gets rear-ended, your baby's going to fly out of its baby carrier because there's nothing holding the baby carrier, or there's nothing holding the baby to the carrier. The baby's not strapped into the carrier, and there's nothing holding the carrier to the limo. They're not seatbelting the carrier because it's not that kind of carrier. It's literally just one of those things that you put on the counter and set the baby in. You don't even put it on the counter. It's a fucking bassinet. You know, it's a basket. It's basically a fucking baby basket. And they were like, it's fine. And I put the baby on the floor of the limo and like walked away and was just like, you people do not know what the fuck you're doing at all. You've no business having children. None whatsoever. Now, in their defense, I'm a judgy bitch. I think most people don't know what the fuck they're doing when it comes to kids. But probably because my sisters were born when I was like 11 and 12. So I feel like I've already raised a couple. So that is my personal experience with them and their lack of judgment. So that's what I base a lot of this on. I just don't think that they have a lot of brain cells. Kevin, you want to know how one becomes a programmer late night DJ? That's two different things. Typically to become a programmer, you have to become a DJ first. Typically to become a DJ, you have to be an intern or a production person first. And typically to get into radio, you need to be interning. And to intern, you need to be taking classes somewhere. We don't allow interns anymore at our company, but I believe other radio stations do. So you'd have to check around for an internship to get started there. I went to San Francisco State and my internship was here at the Bone because we were still allowed to have those then. And I worked my way up from intern to production, from production to on air, and from on air to programming. And that's when I quit. And now I am back on air. You know what, Red? Ozzy's plastic surgery was done pretty well. And Sharon's was initially done pretty well. But then Sharon, I'm pretty sure Sharon got fucking body dysmorphia because she went from really good plastic surgery to holy shit, Skeletor, slow the fuck down, you know? And she blames it all on Ozempic, but I think it was a combination of Ozempic and plastic surgery. And I think she even talks about getting a botched procedure. But yeah, Sharon just went overboard. Like less is more when it comes to that shit, you know? I've never had surgery per se. Like I had a thing that was on my forehead that I had cut off. It was like a weird mole thing that was on my forehead that I had cut off when I was like in high school. And then I get Botox. I get Botox right here. And that's about it. I'll get laser facials, you know, where they just do like an IPL laser over your face. And then that's it. That's all the procedures I have had. But I do consider the knife here and there. Maybe. I mean, you know, why not? Get a little lift. Mm-hmm. I look like my mom when I do that. This is what my mom used to do all the time. But I'm good for now, especially when you know, the ROI on a facelift, they're very expensive. You could get an eye lift for like, but it's like $10,000. I would rather go to Europe than spend $10,000 on an eye lift at this point. Actually, you might be able to get them for like in the $5 range, because I don't think I would need like the full. I think I would just get like a little. But even if I did, still, I'd rather do something else with $5,000. You know, I got a patio I'd like to remodel. I got vacations I'd like to take. You know, I'm not going to fucking get $5,000 or $10,000 worth of plastic surgery until after I have been to Tokyo. Right? Like, that's just my priorities. Yeah, Red. Avery's the one who punched Perry in the gut a couple times. There you go. You got it. Okay. Well, PJ, my car doesn't shut off at the county line, but I do kind of turn into a pumpkin right around Sinol. I'll make it to Dublin, Pleasanton, no problem. Too much further past that, and I'm like, especially depending on the traffic, right? I mean, yesterday I was working at the Fillmore, and they were like, "Hey, you know, if you want to leave early." I forget. No, he was like, "Oh, hey, let me get you some extra hours. You could stay till 5:30." And I was like, "If I stay till 5:30, I'm just going to spend another hour in traffic trying to get home because of traffic." I was like, "Fuck that. It's not worth it. It's not worth the $20 to stay the extra hour." But then I ended up staying an extra hour anyway, and I left at like 4:30, and it took me an hour and 20 minutes to get home. So there you go. I lost the $20 and I sat in traffic. No, Jimmy, it wasn't at Rock Bar. This wasn't that long ago. This was last year. This was like last Christmas. We had our Christmas thing in San Jose. I don't remember the name of the club, but it was in that area, you know, and the band Red Voodoo played. Do I wish I could teleport? Yeah, Dan, I really wish I could teleport, because I would teleport to Tokyo right now and visit. It's still on my bucket list. Hey, Justin. What do you mean, what am I doing right now? You're looking at it. Kevin, the last club show you saw was the Misfits at Rock Bar? Rock Bar closed like before the pandemic. You need to get out more, dude. Oh, Justine, my nails have had it. Look, this one, like, not this one popped all the way off, and I was pulling on this one this morning, right? So I was like trying to yank it off, and I'll be honest, this was on my list of things to do this morning was to you know, acetone the nails off, because it's powder dip. And so that powder dip doesn't just come off with the cotton ball. You have to take pure acetone and put it into a plastic bowl, and then you have to take that plastic bowl and put it into another bowl with hot water to warm up the acetone, and then you have to kind of like scrub these onto a cotton ball, onto cotton. I usually unroll the cotton and do it onto cotton strips, and you have to do this for a while, for like fucking 10 minutes to get this fucking polish to come off. And I didn't have time or the patience for that this morning, because you may not have been here, but I have decided that 8 a.m. yoga is going to be my new thing, because I haven't done yoga in months, and I just haven't figured out how to squeeze it into my schedule. I thought I had it worked in for like an 11 a.m. yoga thing, but no, it's not working. So the only way it's going to happen is if I do 8 a.m. yoga. So this morning I set my alarm for 8 a.m. I woke up, I felt like shit. I went back to sleep. I got up and did 9:30 yoga, but then I didn't have time to fix these nails. And I haven't even looked at my calendar to see if I want to go in and get my nails done again. You know, like part of me Like what happened was I found this great manicure place in Richmond, El Cerrito. It's Nails by Vivian, if anybody wants to check it out. And Vivian's husband, Kevin, was like the brilliant nail shaper. Like this guy was like magic nails. But Vivian and Kevin opened a boba tea shop in Concord, which is great for them, but bad for me because now Kevin is at the boba shop all the time and he's not doing nails anymore. So then I switched to Van. Van, she's also at Vivian's and she does great shaping as well. And the drag is that they're already all the way in El Cerrito. And then they had to raise their prices at the pandemic, which I get. It's a fucking thing, right? Especially with all the business they lost during the pandemic. But my budget hasn't changed. So I'm not spending more money on my nails, which means I'm not going in there as often to get my nails done, which means I got to suck it up and take this fucking polish off and, fix my nails on my own, which I've done all my life. So I only started getting my nails manicured by an actual manicurist, maybe like in the last 5 years, tops. I did my own nails the whole rest of my life outside of that. But yes, Justine, you are correct. I do have pure acetone at home and I do know how to take it off. And I did mean to take it off this morning, but no. I was going to do it last night too, but then I ended up taking a bath instead. So yeah. And I was watching that new Lord of the Rings in the bathtub. So the new Lord of the Rings series, I don't know why I don't like it. I can't like it. I keep watching it and I'm just like, and I keep reaching for my phone and I'm just like, I don't like the new Gandalf. I don't like the new hobbits. I just don't like these people. I don't like how, I don't know. I don't like how they're doing Galadriel. I hate Elrond. Oh my God. The guy playing Elrond, what is with that hair? He looks like a cartoon character. My favorite character right now in the new Lord of the Rings series is fucking Sauron. Sauron is the best actor right now. The Durin Senior and Junior are like Durin's wife. I forget her name, but the what do they call her? The rock singers. I like her. But I don't know why. For some reason, none of these new Lord of the Rings characters are resonating with me at all. Anybody else? Yeah, Red. Sorry, I'm behind on the comments. Let me try to catch up. Yeah, Red, you're right. It's unsafe and grody to leave a baby on a couch in a dressing room in the basement of the Warfield. I mean, I get that it's backstage and backstage is relatively secure, but you have a Courtney Love and her baby story. I'm sure a lot of people do. Courtney was still on junk at the time, right? I don't know. I don't know if these guys were on drugs at the time. Maybe, probably. I don't know. I got the impression. Perry can't carry. It's true. Some people don't know how to be parents, and they are those people. Yeah, right, Scott? Parents of the year. Their kids already hopefully in therapy. The Jimmy and Nikki podcast. Hey, PJ, why are you trying to rebrand my podcast, motherfucker? Hey, Christina. Yeah, the whole thing is just super fucking weird. Maybe they got better after that. Maybe that was, them as new parents trying to feel their way and deal with things. I don't know. All I know is what I saw, and what I saw was trash. Age is weird, Dan. Age is weird. Well, I don't think that a baby in a cabinet drawer is necessarily a bad thing if that cabinet drawer is set up like a crib and the parents are in a supervisory capacity. Neither thing was happening here. Yeah, that baby was not in the carrier on the couch. That baby was just like straight baby on couch. Yeah, I'll be honest, Brian. As much as I would love to put that story in my book, I am actually almost uncomfortable telling it here because there is a certain privacy angle that happens backstage, and I feel like that may or may not be crossing the line as far as backstage stories go. Marlin, mole, or gopher? What are you talking about, dude? Oh, thanks, Red. I mean, I don't need anything done to my face, but, you know, in a competitive media atmosphere, as I'm aging, and I'll be honest, I'm aging a lot faster now than I have over the last 50 years. Your aging really increases after 50. Like, I have aged more in between 50 and 52 than I did between 40 and 50. Oh, I can touch my face. Just see, my hands are clean. Plus, I'm mostly just touching at the hairline. I know, Marlon, I don't need surgery. I'm discussing whether or not I want it in order to like have a certain aesthetic that makes me happy and also makes me marketable as a media professional. Because let's face it, the face is what people want to look at. Thanks, Christina. And again, let me just be out there saying, I'm not here saying I need surgery because I feel bad about myself. I'm saying I've considered surgery because age is a thing and I would like to have a certain aesthetic for myself. And if I were to choose it, I would choose it. But right now, I don't feel the need for it. And if I did, I certainly would, like I said, prefer to spend the money some other way. For the most part. Hey, Justin. Yes, Dan, the Sinol grade is pretty much where I turn into a pumpkin. I don't know what Glass House is, Jimmy. No, are you still talking about that Christmas party that I went downtown for? That I don't know what you're talking about, dude. Oh, 8 years ago was when Rock Bar went under. Yeah. I knew it was pre-pandemic. So if the last show somebody went to was at Rock Bar, you need to get out. Dan, go get a pedi. Every man should have a pedicure. Dude feet don't get enough attention. My ex-husband used to have like ridiculous amounts of like foot problems and bad toenails and like ingrown toenails and all this like horrible shit. And I gave him a pedicure once and he never had another foot problem again. And I was like, what the fuck you been doing with your feet, dude? Also, whenever I do get my nails done and there's like older couples getting pedicures together, it's adorable. I think pedicure dates should totally be a thing. I should even start a dating site that is just pedicure dates where you go and you sit next to each other and get pedicures and like chat. Isn't that a great way to get to know somebody? I mean, there's no coffee. You don't have to drink or eat or whatever. You can just get pedicures and be like super relaxed and hang out and chat. Oh yeah, Justine, this powder. I mean, look at how much this shit is stuck on. I mean, this manicure is like a fucking month old. Yeah, the powder dip is way better than a gel manicure. Way better. It's a lot stronger. And for me, I don't know why, but because I have natural nails and I guess it's just like a natural oil thing on my nails, the gel polish peels right off. It'll just come off in like in a week, right? But this powder dip, I got to fight to get it off. During the pandemic is how I learned to take it off because I had a manicure when the pandemic hit and I was like, now what? Your sister knows how to do nails? Oh, you know what? Okay, here you go, Justine. Here's the secret to doing nails. So wash your hands, clean hands, right? And then do like a lotion. And then right before you go to paint your nails, that way your cuticles are all like soft. And right before you go to paint your nails, just brush over them with some acetone so that you're getting like a clean surface. You can even use a buffer to like a rough buffer, like the pink part, to buffer them up so that they're a little bit grainy, right? You want to get a solid grit. It's like painting a wall, right? And then you do the, you want like a not smooth surface so that the paint will grip. And then you want a clean surface. That's what the acetone is for. So first you do like a buffer, then you do a little acetone, then you do primer, and then you do the color, and then you do the top coat. And then if you paint it all over your fucking fingers and it's everywhere and it looks like a 4-year-old did it, you just wait till it's completely dry. I usually do my nails like in the late evening so that nobody sees them like that. And then overnight I sleep, it just gives them time to set overnight. And then in the morning, soak them and then just scrub them, because the polish will come right off your skin, and then you'll have nothing left but polish on your nails and they'll look great. There you go. Manicure tips from Nikki Blakk. You remember watching the Ralph Bakshi Lord of the Rings movie? Oh, God. Yeah. In the way back. I have vague recollections of it, like flashes of it, but that's it. Justine, you never saw Lord of the Rings or Harry Potter? They're really good movies. I love them. Jimmy, hella drugs. Yeah, they were on hella drugs. Jacob, you're a Star Wars fan. You played Lord of the Rings and Star Wars Battlefield. Oh, the role-playing games. Keanu Reeves is going to be a Jedi in 2027? Could be interesting to see him in a full beard. You got a dip, Jimmy? Aw, yeah, come by. I'll be here almost every day. Sorry about last Friday again. You had your kid in the carrier not buckled in, PJ, and she slid out on the sidewalk? Oh, I hope you learned that lesson fast. And I'm glad it wasn't in a car. Aging, you have wisdom. Yes, I do. Is it true a happy sex life leads to longevity? The fuck? I think a happy sex life leads to happy people. I don't know that longevity has anything to do with it, but I'm sure there's like a blood circulation study that'll show. I mean, keeping your blood circulating is the important thing, whether that's via sex or aerobic exercise or other exercise is up to you. Oh, Justine, you meant don't touch my face with surgery. Oh, you're sweet. Again, I'm just being honest and saying that I considered it. I still consider it. I will continue to assess and consider it, but it's not something where I'm like, oh my God, I'm terrible. I need surgery because, oh, look at me. I'm ugly. I'm not. I'm fine. Yeah. And I'm not fishing for compliments, you guys. Please don't feel like I need that. It's totally fine. And Alejandro, you are right. Aging is accelerated after 50. I mean, this morning I was like doing yoga and I'm all, why do my hips hurt? When did that become a thing? Joint pain is apparently a thing. It's perimenopausal joint pain. Yay! Isn't that sexy? You're right, Alejandro. The music is keeping us looking young. Also, it had better be that really expensive moisturizer I use. Oh, I think Jimmy just bounced, Justine. You just missed him. We'll have to try and catch him another time to tell him that. Can you book a pedicure with me, PJ? I literally have not had time to get myself in for a pedicure. I goddamn sure don't have time to coordinate pedicure appointments with you, but I appreciate the offer. Miguel, what's happening, man? Yeah, it's not gel powder, it's powder dip, Justine. It's how they powder coat car parts? Similar concept. Oh, so your sister's not an actual manicurist. She just does her own nails and she's really good at it. Yeah. You know what? Natural nails are gonna chip. That's just facts. And there's kind of no way around it. That's why I liked the dip, right? Because my natural nails chipped like crazy. So I just started getting the powder dip instead of polish. Now, the hassle is that you can't change the color very easily. But the nice part is that you don't have to change the color because it's fucking chipping all over the place. Like, this shit stays on. I mean, you can see, like, I've been picking at this one the whole time, and it's only down to there. And the rest of them are exactly where they've always been, right? And then this one, like, came off, but... B Hobbs shutting you down, PJ. Keanu Reeves is a Jedi. Did you see Red? Did you see in the Carrie King movie, King movie, in the Carrie King interview where he's like Keanu Reeves is way more Bill and Ted than John Wick. I was like, no, don't ruin my fantasy. Thanks, Aaron. I appreciate the compliments, guys, but I am not fishing for compliments. I'm just trying to give you like an honest insight into like the world of plastic surgery as far as I see it. I don't see it as a bad thing, but I also don't see it as a necessary thing or a great, like there's a lot of plastic surgery happening unnecessarily in LA. Right, Lori? That is amazing for a month in. And honestly, if I hadn't like chipped this one and this one, they'd still be perfect. I probably wouldn't even be worried about them. You wouldn't even notice, is what I'm trying to say. Red, I missed what you were referring to. You were thinking yesterday that you hadn't that in years. What, a pedicure? PJ, don't be stalking Brian with the train horn. That's creepy. Thanks, Dan. I'm trying to be honest, you know? Like, that way I don't have to remember any lies. Pacho, hey, welcome. Do I work out? I work out. Not really. I am starting 8 a.m. yoga today. That is a thing. And I've already failed at it today, but I did do some yoga at 9:30. So I have worked out in the past. I have done weight training. And I actually do want to do weight training again in the future. But right now, I haven't been able to time manage myself into a position where I have time to do that sort of thing. So right now, the reason I get so much treadmill time in is because my treadmill has a desk and I can do work while I'm on the treadmill. So the treadmill time is not a workout treadmill. It's a walking treadmill while I work sort of thing. And then I am going to try and start doing yoga at 8 o'clock in the morning because I have been having like joint issues. And I feel like if I just were to start a weight training thing while I'm having the joint pain, that would be bad. And I'm having like back tightness and stuff. So I want to get the yoga going and see how I feel, and then try and time manage my way into some weight training. The train whistle is loud, Brian. Did he really like drive by you in a big rig and like train whistle you? That's crazy. Oh, that's cool, Scott. I would love to guitar tech for Keanu Reeves. I'll bet you it's an easy job. I'll bet you he travels with like 6 guitars, and I'll bet you he has to tune like 2 of them. Ask him what his pedal board looks like. Does Keanu Reeves have a pedal board? Yeah, you're right, Aaron. Some people have gone way overboard on plastic surgery, and it's kind of scary. When a long time ago, we had this contest for the Bone Rock Girl. And the first Bone Rock Girl contest we were still owned by Susquehanna. So we had a budget and we gave the Bone Rock girl a $50,000 prize. And you know what she spent it on? Fucking plastic surgery. She was 25 years old and really pretty. I mean, obviously, she won a fucking beauty contest and she got lipo. Bitch, you're 25. When I was 25, if I wanted to lose 10 pounds, I skipped breakfast once. Like, how is a 25-year-old metabolism not able to like immediately get into incredible shape? I'm fucking 50. I have trouble losing weight. At 25, I did not have trouble losing weight. At 35, I did not have trouble losing weight. At 45, I started to have trouble losing weight. Justine, the place you frequent, the owner you first went to her when she was working at another salon, and 3 months later she opened her own place. Awesome. I am all for small business. You know, Nails by Vivian is a small business in El Cerrito, and I know Vivian and her husband Kevin. So, you know, I like to patronize businesses where I know people, because you got to support family businesses. Look at Vivian and Kevin, right? They opened a boba shop, and their boba shop's been struggling in Concord because there's all these like chain boba shops that can do these huge marketing campaigns and offer these big discounts. And the mom and pop shop has no way to compete with that, you know? So that's why I drive all the way to El Cerrito to get my nails done. And I go all the way to Berkeley to get my hair done. But because I have a budget and I'm not made of money, I only get my nails done about once a month or once every 6 weeks. And I only get my hair done about 4 times a year. Like last night, I dyed my own roots, you know, and tonight I will take off my own polish. If I have time, I got to do some garage work. You know, and I'll paint my own nails in the interim, and then I'll schedule a manicure appointment when I got like an event or something coming up and I feel like I need nails. Jacob, I talked about surfing. What about that? I can see where early morning surfing is a double whammy. You get cryotherapy in the ocean as well as calisthenics and cardio with surf. Yeah, sure. I would love that, but I would also hate it because if you've met me, you know I'm not a morning person. That's been the hard part, right? Since I came back to radio, I would have to dawn patrol to get in the water, or I would have to go on weekends when it's crazy busy because everybody's there on weekends. Because what I used to do is I learned how to surf when I was on nights at the Bone. So that was like in 2011 or 12, I think. And so what I would do is I would go surfing in the afternoon at like 3 when there was like a second high tide rolling in. And then I would get out of the water at 5 or 6 and still be, you know, back at the station by 7 to be on the air. And now I'm on the air 3 to 7 or 2 to 7. So I miss high tide. And if I were to go before that, it would be flat. There'd be no waves. So then the only other option is to go for the morning high tide. I can tell you morning high tide is just not going to fucking happen because I'd have to drive in commute traffic. I'd have to get up, which, I mean, I couldn't even 8 a.m. yoga fucking today. So let's see. Oh, that's right. Magic Seaweed is Surfline now. What the fuck, Surfline? Hey Siri, open Surfline. My phone's not recognizing me. All right. See, right now, Ocean Beach has got 5 to 7 foot waves and they're fair, but this is high tide. So let's see. What's up with Linda Marr? Yeah, 6 a.m. So I would have to get up at 4:30 and be out the door at 5 and drive to Lindemar so that I was there about 6 a.m. And then I would surf from like, I don't know, 6 to whatever, 7, 8. And then I get out of the water and it's 8 o'clock in the morning and I'm all the way in Pacifica. And I don't have to be to work until 2. So what the fuck am I going to do from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. in Lindemar? Because traffic is going to have everything stuck, right? I can't drive anywhere for at least another hour or 2. And, you know, it's so like, it just doesn't work. Although, you know, oh no, you know, I mean, there's waves. The waves are small and they have waves at noon, but it's always bad conditions. Let's see. Yeah. Oh, actually, it's shit conditions for the next few days. Friday at 6 a.m. is going to be fair conditions at Lindemar. Everything else is shit. So anyway, surfing is on hold. No paddleboard. Oh, I knew it. What a gig. Damn. You tell you what, Scott, tell Dakota if he gets tired of that gig. I might quit radio. No, I'm kidding. I can't. Plus Keanu's married now. It's not like I could snag a new husband. And I am not going to get impregnated by somebody like Dave Grohl's mistress. But you know, in a perfect world, Jacob, yes, that would be a great workout. It was a great workout when I did it, and I wouldn't have to do it in the morning because you're getting cryotherapy in that ocean no matter what because it's fucking cold. Oh my God, PJ. PJ is trying to say that Keanu Reeves blew up the bathroom at One Step Beyond because he had Indian food shits. Congrats on the barbecue chicken pizza, Dan. Jacob, you can go surfing in cold temperatures all the time. You just have to be on the coast and know how to surf and have a board and a wetsuit. But I don't think that just being in cold temperatures is going to help your hypertension. And I don't think hot bones is a condition that's real. Jacob, there's a ton of different water sports you could do in the bay and nothing's stopping you. You could just go swimming. Hey, Kelly, how are you? Yeah, I hope Keanu would never, because then it would ruin it for me. I would be so bummed if Keanu tried to hit on me. I'd be like, dude, come on. You're married now. You're off the market, buddy. Oh, shit. Did I have the music turned up this whole time that you guys could hear it? Oh, I'm going to get the strike. Oh, jeez. Okay. Queen. It's the Bay Area's own Metallica on the Rock of the Bay. I'm Nikki Blakk, and if you haven't had a chance to check it out, Queen have released a brand new music video for the old song, The Night Comes Down. They're releasing it ahead of the deluxe reissue of their debut album, and the video has classic images of Queen from the early 70s, but also an AI twist that an artist kind of interpreted in the music video. You can check it out. I posted it up for you on Facebook. And so far, mixed reviews. Everybody's very excited about the box set, but the AI stuff, not so much. Ooh, I hope that wasn't cutting it too close. Oh, 39. What? Oh, well, that's not what I meant, is it? Coffee grounds. Ah, there we go. Oh, good. The music was down. Phew. It's not that I don't believe you, PJ. It's that I think you're lying. You're on a plane flying back from Scotland, Kelly, and you're able to watch this? Oh, that is some phenomenal Wi-Fi on a plane. What airline are you flying? Also, super jelly. I really want to go to Scotland. I'm Scottish on both sides, actually. We're Clan Innis, I think, but I haven't really seen proof of that. I've just been told that from people at the Scottish games. But I would really like to see like some lineage traced. You know what, Jacob? Do not fuck around with riptides, okay? I surfed Ocean Beach and I got caught in a riptide for about a half an hour. I thought I was going to die, and I was on a surfboard, so I wasn't like as in danger of drowning as you would be if you were just swimming. And I was literally crying. I was crying actual tears because I figured I was going to float out to sea and they were going to have to send the fucking Coast Guard for me before I finally like found a groove that I could paddle back in with. So do not fuck around with the riptides at Ocean Beach. PJ, we're going to have to get Jimmy to tell me those Keanu stories. You know, Justine, it's the AI is getting a mixed in some ways AI is getting a bad rap, but in a lot of ways AI is getting a free pass when it needs a bad rap. So I think the problem is people are just not able to understand the nuance of what's different. If you're an artist that works with AI and you're working with AI and your own art and your own inspiration, and you've trained that AI with your own work, that's fine. But if you've trained that AI with someone else's work and you're producing work that way, that's not fucking cool. Sounds confusing, right? That's why we're having a problem with it. It's like glass out there in Benicia right now. The hydrofoil. Yeah. Oh, yeah. The wind is always up. I don't know if I don't think I've got the upper body strength for windsurfing. And I've got the repetitive motion injury, which gets triggered by trying to grip stuff. So I can't do it. But I can do surfing. I can paddle like a motherfucker. Yeah, right? I'm with you, Hobbs. I think PJ's full of shit. Scott, you were in Scotland too? See, this is the one thing that's been tough since I came back to radio. I can't leave the country. I don't have enough vacation days to go anywhere. And I want to go someplace. But I want to come back here. I need both. You're on United, connected with T-Mobile? I have T-Mobile. My mom has Comcast, and she's going to Ireland tomorrow. And I had to call Comcast to find out what their international plan is. And their international plan is $10 a day. And you can't schedule it. So I have to call them back tomorrow after she lands and be like, hi, please add the international plan. Fucking Xfinity, they suck. I think I'm going to try and get my mom on T-Mobile too. Although it's not like she leaves the country a lot, but whatever. Always windy in Fairfield. That is fact, B. Hobbs. PJ, you have a strange way of insulting people. It's true, Paul. The repetitive motion injury is the worst. Oh, God, Hobson, I have great news for you. Guess what? I finally was able to monetize my YouTube this weekend. After months and months and months of YouTube pretending I didn't have 4,000 watch hours in a year, I finally hit that fucking mark. So now I am making fractions of pennies per view. Baby steps, man. Baby steps. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Xfinity either, Justine, but I will give them this. Their customer service has gotten a lot better, while AT&T's customer service has gotten a lot worse. So there's that. Verizon does still seem to have the best network nationwide, but for the price, not that great. Not worth it. You know what I mean? I was spending like $80 a month when I was with Verizon and AT&T. It was with taxes and stuff. It was like $80 a month. And now with T-Mobile, it's like $28 a month. So if I get shitty reception every once in a while, fuck it. It's worth the extra $50 a month. You got a good Italian place next to the Warfield, Brian? Do tell. What's it called? Ooh, tennis elbow, Paul? Ouch. Are you sure it's tennis elbow? Because I have extensor tendonitis, which is very similar to tennis elbow, but a little bit different. And it like, oof, right here. And it's from like the mouse action, like the clicking. Thanks, Red. You can see those ads now. The second I saw it, I was like, oh, click. And it was like, do you want to add ads? And I was like, fuck yes, add the ads. And then I went and looked and I was like, there's my ad. Yeah. So apologies. I hope you've all enjoyed watching my YouTube for free all this time, because now there are commercials. Oh, Dan, you pay $50 for what, cell phone? Brian, don't worry about continuing to help yet, because I'm still working on so many other things. And, I'm working with the sales department here at the station to create more value via the Metal Zone. And it's a very slow process, but we are progressing. It's a bit of a glacial pace, but we've been making strides lately. So hopefully that will be something. Anytime you hear the Metal Zone sponsored, like this last week, the Metal Zone was sponsored by Deicide and Chris Yoon with Inferi and Cloak at the DNA Lounge on September 26th. Tickets on sale now at dnalounge.com. Whenever you hear a sponsorship like that on the Metal Zone, I get a small piece of that. So that's very helpful. So please patronize those shows that are sponsoring the Metal Zone. If you can go to dnalounge.com and buy tickets. And in the alley, Which alley? Minna? Oh, yeah. Deicide and Christine are going to be sick at the DNA. I think there's another show upstairs that night, too. I got to double check with Sip. I'll probably be there for that. I'm coming over after work. Hang on. I got to record a commercial. You guys don't want to hear the commercial, do you? Okay. Yeah. Well, technically, B Hobbs, it is not Insipid. I believe Insipid was retired after AJ passed away. But yes, it is. It is Sip. It is Sip Cipriano as the booker and promoter at the DNA. Red, not unless it's about the cheese. What about the cheese? Oh my God, you guys want to see the best cheese porn ever? My sister sent it to me, and it's funny because I was just talking to this kid at the Fillmore who I barely know because he's barely been working there for very long, and I just randomly was like, cheese porn, are you into it? And he was like, what? I was like, oh, are you just into regular porn? Like, whatever, freak. But no, fucking cheese porn, dude. Oh my God. Where is it?
Our Petite Boo is back. This limited edition triple creme brie has a vibrant orange color and a mild milky flavor.
I want to motorboat that
Perfect for
cheese so
spooky
bad.
Cheese boards, delicious Halloween recipes, or baked bries. In stores and online soon. Our Petite Boo is back. This limited edition triple creme brie has a vibrant
I want to make
orange
out with my
color
phone
and
because
a
this cheese
mild
is so
milky
fucking hot.
flavor.
Yeah. How's that for cheese porn? Cheese. Hey, James, what's happening, man? 510 Stevenson Street. You don't know the name of it? Hold on, now I gotta Google shit, Bri. 510 Stevenson Street. Montesacro Pizzeria. Montesacro Pizzeria. Oh, Soma. Is it an Italian restaurant or a pizzeria? Oh, what is that? Ooh. Ooh. Is this like, what is that? Wow. That place looks good, Bri. Oh, there's one in Walnut Creek. Soma Marina, Walnut Creek, Brooklyn. All right. That looks like it might qualify for my Not eating corporate-owned restaurants. If there's only a couple locations, it's probably not a corporation, huh? Where's the about us? So it doesn't say. Oh, there it is, about us. I'm into sustainable sourcing, pizza, blah, blah, blah. Oh, imported wheat flour. Interesting. Interesting that it doesn't say who owns it. I wonder if it is a corporate with just a few locations. Well, their contact is on Steiner Street, so let's see. Marina. Oh, no, that's their Marina location. Oh, I see. About us menu reservations. I wonder if it's a franchise. Well, place looks good, Bri. I'm down to try it out. Oh, you don't want to hear the commercial unless it's about cheese. Well, I just played you a cheese commercial, so you're welcome. Cheese porn with Swiss cheese. I mean, it's not cheese porn with Swiss cheese, you know. I mean, fondue. Sepultura is on a Wednesday. Yeah, that's gonna be a tough one. I heard it's not selling that well because Wednesday, and because Sepultura was just here last year, right? I mean, everybody saw Sepultura with Death Angel and Creator, and then Creator's coming back. We've got Testament and Creator with Possessed. So, Brian, I'm not sure why you're talking about Poob Waft when I'm talking about food. Don't ruin my cheese porn. What's like box trolls, James? Your heart won't forgive you, Dan? Well, you just have to exercise enough so that your heart can keep going. I know, right? Marin Cheese Company, man. It's local. I'm buying it as soon as I can get my hands on it. What does brie taste like? Oh God, Justine. There's so many different ways to taste brie. That is hard to describe. If it's a very high cream brie, like a triple cream brie, it almost tastes like a light butter. It's so good. You just gotta try it, Justine. You just gotta try it. Amy, hey, how's it going? You just had a wedge with blue cheese crumbles. Ironically, blue cheese is the one I don't like. It's too strong. But I'm okay with like a Roquefort, right? Roquefort's the one that's like blue cheese, but it's a little bit lighter. Blue cheese is usually a little too much for me. You miss Buca de Beppo? I don't. Buca de Beppo was like Spaghetti Factory Plus. It's cheap. I could cook better than Buca de Beppo can. Have fun at the gym, PJ. Yeah, I got to tap out here in a few minutes too. It's almost 6 o'clock. Candlestick Park in my stories. Oh yeah, that's right, Dan. That Candlestick Park story. Baby Huey posted that. That's where I found that. Were you able to see the whole commercial? Because whenever I clicked on my stories, I could hear the commercial, but it wasn't playing the commercial. Yeah. There's actually a whole commercial here that's supposed to be happening. And you could see it in here.
Monsters of Rock, the biggest concert event of this year, or any year. Saturday, June 11th, gates open at 11, show at 1 p.m. at JFK Stadium. Starring Van Halen, special guest, the Scorpions. Also starring Dokken, Metallica, and Kingdom Come. Tickets now at Ticketron, all authorized Electric Factory agencies, or charge by phone. Produced by Electric Factory.
Ticketron, dude.
Monsters of Rock.
So yeah, when I reposted it, the video doesn't play. I don't know what the deal is. Why am I not hearing anything in my headphones? One second. Oh, that's why. Okay. There we go. So yeah, if you want to see that thing in my stories, the 1987 commercial, just go to my stories, but then click to watch the full reel, and then you'll be able to see the whole commercial because it was kind of awesome. You've never heard of cheese porn? You're missing out. I don't think anybody gives a shit about your web history, Jacob, until after you've committed the crime, and then they're going to go back and dissect it. I don't know what shower ring porn means. Cheese porn is just looking at cheese that you want to eat. I don't know what the rest of that is. You've eaten there once and it was good before heading to the Warfield. You know, the hard part for that, Brian, is I would have to do it on a Sunday, because any other day of the week, if I'm near the Warfield, I'm eating at fucking Toulon, because that is the best Vietnamese food I've ever had in my life. And I love that place. I hope you love Testament and Death Angel, because Bay Area, yo. Wait, what movie, James, has a cheese theme? Did I miss you saying a movie? What movie has a cheese theme, James? I'm confused. Can't wait for new Possessed Red. Yeah. Must be hard to do everything and be in a wheelchair, right? Yeah. It's the craziest story, dude. Dan, you went on a hiking trip with a Tillamook spreadable cheese and smoked salmon and crackers. You went hiking with salmon, though? Don't take fish on a hike. I mean, unless it's cured and, sealed. You love Land O'Lakes white American sharp cheddar Asiago cheeses. Well, expand your cheese realm slowly, Justine, and I think you will be pleasantly surprised. Start with like a triple cream brie. Where I first started expanding my cheese was Trader Joe's, because you can get a lot of really good cheeses for cheap. So you can try a bunch of cheeses and see which ones you like. You could hear it but not see it, Dan. Yeah, the commercial. Yeah, same. Something happened when I shared it. It didn't share properly. I don't know what the deal is. One second. Hold on. 1077 The Bone and George Thorogood. He wants to know, who do you love? I'm Nikki Blakk, and I'm here to tell you we love the San Francisco 49ers. We are the FM flagship station for your San Francisco 49ers, with every game of the season in bone-crushing stereo. This Sunday, they're going to be taking on the Los Angeles Rams, who we automatically hate because, LA. And the pregame is at 12:25. Kickoff is at 1:25. Set your calendar alert so that you are listening to 1077 The Bone. And don't forget, we've got Tabor Pepper back, our favorite long snapper. He's checking in with Lamont and Snelly every Thursday morning at 6:50 a.m. And if you missed him last week, don't sweat it. We got it posted up for you on the Bone socials and at 1077thebone.com. Okay, Iron Man can't go there. There we go. That's going to be good. Jesus, that can't go there either. Come on. Okay, and then do I need to? Sorry, I got to do work stuff for a second. Where's my pen? No, no pen. Pen? Ah, there it is. Oh, come on. Okay. Cool. Where was I? Oh yeah, I was getting ready to. Ooh, so loud. There we go. Thanks, Red. Appreciate it. Hey, Jim. Wasabi cheese. Wasabi is one of those flavors that's kind of hit or miss for me. Like I love it in sushi, but I hate it in everything else because I hate horseradish. I can't stand any mustard that has like an ounce of horseradish flavor. For some reason, that horseradish flavor just like, and let me tell you, more than one occasion, I have thought the horseradish on a steak plate with sour cream and I've dumped it all over my potato and ruined my potato. Can't stand horseradish. No, Dan, cheese porn and foot porn are very different things. Cheese porn is mostly about eating and foot porn is about fapping. Box trolls. James, I am again confused. Cheese with beer. Cheese with everything. Haha. Aldi is good cheese-wise. Yeah. I don't have an Aldi. Honestly, I spent like a week in the Netherlands and we shopped at Aldi because in Europe, they don't grocery shop like once in a while. They grocery shop like every day or two. They swing by and get fresh bread and fresh vegetables and fresh everything. It's kind of awesome. But here we don't have markets that are like walking distance. So it's weird for us to not like drive and buy all the shit and be done. Like that's what I did. Like 2 weeks ago on a Saturday, I hit Costco and I get everything I need. And then I hit Whole Foods to get everything I couldn't get at Costco. And then boom, I am stocked. And then I do a bunch of meal prepping and then I'm good. And then it's just a matter of trying to eat everything before it goes bad. Chocolate cheese. Oh, dude. That brie, there was like a cocoa brie that I ordered from the deli in New York. It was so good. And then they also had that Ski Queen cheese that was like caramel. It was like if a cheddar was caramel and it was so good. Oh, now I'm going to have to order those cheeses too. I can't. I don't have time in my life right now for more cheeses. I've already got like a giant hunk of brie and a giant hunk of aged cheddar, and I just finished my mozzarella last night with my heirloom tomatoes. Ooh, I got pictures. Want to see? Oh, Box Troll is a movie with a cheese theme? What the shit? Really? That's weird, James. I would not have expected that. Yum. That's my heirloom tomatoes with mozzarella and pumpkin seeds and pine nuts and avocado and red onion and red bell pepper and a little olive oil and a little balsamic. I've basically been eating that for dinner every night this week because yum. I get so many emails in a day. It's ridiculous. You never heard of chocolate cheese bread? Oh, dude. You want to go to a place called Murray's Cheese in New York, and you want to just suck it up and drop like $50. Just, it's going to cost you to ship it. Don't care. Just spend it. Treat yourself to like $50 worth of cheese. It's going to be 2 hunks of cheese that'll change your life. I mean, I had to, oh, look at that. Oh, fuck me. All right, folks. And this is not a paid endorsement. I do not get paid for this. Fuck yes. Dude, here it is. You guys. You haven't lived until you've had that cheese. I promise. As much as I want to trust you, James, and think that I would love that movie, as soon as we're done here, I'm going to go pee, and then I will have completely forgotten what it was. I'm going to try and keep it in my head, but box trolls about cheese. All right. We'll see if it sticks. You may have to remind me about it again in the future. Did I know there's a bank in Italy that will take a deposit of cheese in Parma? Yes, I actually did know that. Cheese with ghost pepper, Dan. You know what? I have had cheese with ghost pepper. It's really good. Ghost pepper is super delicious if you're not like trying to kill yourself with the hot. If you use the ghost pepper just very sparingly, it's really good. I have a friend who's like that dude that can handle everything. And he's got some ghost pepper hot sauces. And if I use the ghost pepper hot sauce with just like a couple of little dots, it's fucking delightful. Which I learned from a food truck in, not Cabo, not Mazatlan, not Puerto Vallarta, one of the islands that I went to on the cruise. Hopefully it'll come to me. But Anthony Bourdain went to it. And Chad Stewart from Faster Pussycat is a big foodie. So while we were on the boat, he was like, tomorrow we're going to the Anthony Bourdain food truck. And I was like, what? And he's like, it's a food truck that Anthony Bourdain went to. And it's supposed to be the shiz. And it was. It took me a while to find it. I was like wandering the streets by myself because I overslept per usual. And everybody else had already gotten off the boat. And I was like running around trying to find this place. And by the time I got there was no one there that I knew, but I didn't care. I just talked to the guy and was like, yeah, what should I get? What do I do? And he made like these, it was street food, right? And he made these tostadas that were like mind boggling. And he had like 100 sauces. And I was like, okay, well, you tell me what I want and I'll just give you money. I'm like, if Anthony Bourdain ate here, it's going to be good. And then he was like, okay. And he made me like a shrimp tostada. And he's like, what sauces do you want? And I was like, you tell me, dude. I'm not afraid of anything. And he was like dotting all these different sauces all around it. Like one would get a squiggle and one would get, and some others would get dots if they were spicier. And he had this whole system of how he like sauced his tostadas. And it was nuts. And it was so good. I think I spent like $12 and I got like 3 tostadas and a beer. Let me see if I can remember it. Let me see if I can Google it. Anthony Bourdain tostada. Oh, Ensenada. There you go. Was this it? Wait, let me make sure. Tostada food truck. Yep, Ensenada street fish tacos. This is the dude. Let me just make sure it looks like him. Yeah, here you go. Check that shit out. Now we're all going to be hungry. Thanks, Justin, for telling me I look tired. It's not a compliment, buddy. Yeah, and then Red, there's another cheese there. It's called Ski Queen, I think, at Murray's. That is also fucking delightful. Let me see. Yep. Google put Ski Queen in at Murray's and you'll see what I'm talking about, because it's the Getost, because I think it's Dutch and it's GJETOST. But that's the one that tastes like if cheddar was a caramel. It tastes like caramel. It's like cheese, but caramel. It's crazy. All right. I got to get back to work, guys. So that's all the food talk for now. I'm going to go nuke my steel cut oats. I look intelligent. Why, thanks, Dan. I appreciate that. I'm not fishing for compliments. Jim, you almost got arrested in Ensenada? Oh, wow. Yeah, I was a little nervous walking around by myself because Ensenada had some sketch to it for sure. But also, I walk San Francisco a lot, and I can tell somebody to chinga tu madre if I need to. You know what I mean? So yeah, Red, drop $50 on yourself for cheese. Trust me, you will thank me. It's fucking amazing. Everybody else, enjoy some Anthony Bourdain. For anybody who was here for the Anthony Bourdain story, you know it. And for anybody who didn't get the Anthony Bourdain story, remind me and I'll tell you how I met Anthony Bourdain. It's a fun one. Box trolls. I'll try and remember. Vaya con Dios. Hasta luego. Queso es viva. Viva? Viva la queso. I don't know. Duolingo is trying to teach me French right now, so my Spanish is mixed up in the French. All right, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. And tomorrow the timing might be way off depending on when Steve Gorman has time. So if you don't see me, it might just mean that Gorman had to pop in and I needed a half hour for him. And I don't know how or when that's going to happen tomorrow. So, but I will be thinking of you and I will be trying to pop in at some point. It just might be later like it was today.